My first one is called The Right Start of Man by Alison Montclair. And whenever I prep for a book talk, I always look up the author because I'm curious. Alison Montclair is a pseudonym, and I couldn't find any information on him or her. I found one interview that said, Alison Montclair has a past of her own which she will not divulge. The name is a pseudonym, and she has written historical mysteries before, as well as fantasy, science fiction, horror, non-genre fiction, and theater. And I hope that the mysterious Alison Montclair continues to write, because this new series was really fabulous. So we're introduced to post-war World War II London, and we have two very different women looking to be financially independent. Iris Sparks, who won't talk about her past during World War II, but we start to suspect early on that maybe she was a spy, maybe there was something else going on. And Gwendolyn, Gwen Bainbridge, who's a new widow and mother, and whose son is no longer under her guardianship, but that unrolls and unravels, and you learn why as the novel continues, meet at a wedding. And they decide to form and become unlikely business partners at the Right Sort Marriage Bureau. There is some comedic energy and plot twists with a character named Sally, and Sally is actually a man, and he becomes their assistant over time in the business. So very early on in the novel, one of the first matches that they make are between two characters, Tilly, who is murdered early on, and Dickie. And both Iris and Gwen very quickly believe that Dickie's been framed. And so they're going to pursue his innocence, or their belief in his innocence, because they think he's innocent, but also they need to save their business, because obviously if they've made this match, their business could obviously go down the tubes if you've got somebody who's accused of murder and a client that's been murdered. The interaction between the women, the dialogue, their repartee, if you enjoy historical mysteries that have likable characters or spirited characters that also form unlikely friendships, I think you're really going to enjoy the new mystery series. At times I found myself laughing out loud, which I was kind of surprised of. It's also richly detailed in that time period. So you really feel like you're in post-war World War II London. And I didn't know a lot about that time period. Like there's so many World War II novels out, but not sort of after the war. The book's been received very well as a first in a series. Laurie R. King, author Laurie R. King says, a delightful immersion in the period and personalities with that touch of depth that transforms a good series to a great one. Author Lindsay Fay says, rarely have I seen a novel that manages to be so charming and so substantial at the same time. The end of this book left me with a single thought. When can I read the next Iris and Gwen adventure? So if you are fans of Maisie Dobbs, Bess Crawford, the Mary Russell and Sherlock Holmes mysteries, I think you're going to enjoy these two new protagonists in The Right Start of a Man.
Oh, that sounds really great.
Yeah.